they generate the employment opportunities automatically, which leads to reductions in poverty. Income inequalities, which means it is improper distributions of wealth or inadequate distributions of wealth, resources among the citizens of the country, it is called income inequalities. The government's approach to the poverty reduction and employment generation, it has three dimensions. Namaste my dear students, I am your Shubha Hebbar, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Dear students, a warm welcome to this session. Yes, in this session, we are going to discuss about the further part of problems of poverty, unemployment and income inequalities. Yes, in the previous session, just we have discussed about poverty and what are the problems of unemployment, different types of unemployment, and also we have discussed what are the trends of poverty and unemployment in India. But in this session, we are going to discuss about what are the different measures to eradicate the poverty and measures taken by the government and some concept of income inequalities. Dear students, once again, a warm welcome to the session. Yes, let us start the session with different contents. First one, policies and programs towards poverty alleviation and employment generation programs. Yes, second one, the growth-oriented approaches. There are three types of approaches which have framed by government to eradications of poverty and employment generation programs. So that is first one, growth-oriented approaches, and second one, income and employment generation approaches, and third one, providing the minimum basic needs to the people. Yes, then next concept, the concept of income inequalities. So in this session, we are going to discuss about these are all content. Okay, let us discuss the subject with what are the programs which are framed by the government towards poverty alleviation and employment generation programs. My dear students, the poverty and unemployment important factors which adversely affected the economic development. By the consideration of this, there is necessary to take remedial measures to reduce the poverty and employment generation programs. So, if they generate the employment opportunities automatically, which leads to reductions in poverty. The government also framed a lot of policies and lot of programs, schemes under the constitutions. It was a really challenge to successive in the path of generation of employment opportunities to achieve the reduction in poverty situations. Yes, because of there were so many reasons, rapid growth of population, then income inequalities, negligence by the government, and there were lack of implementations of programs. So whatever it is, but there has to be taken a different remedial measures to remove the poverty and to employment generation opportunities. Already, as I told, it is very required to take policy measures. The government has taken several measures to eradicate the poverty with the different frameworks and also created the employment opportunities, and these are all the framework implemented through 5-year plans and different policies. Yes, the Indian Constitution and 5-year plans state the main objectives to develop the strategic of the government is social justice. Social justice in the sense just remove the gap between poor and rich by reductions in poverty and employment generation approaches. Yes, my dear students, the government has taken several measures to eradicate the poverty and several policies and schemes to create the employment opportunities. Regarding this, it has three dimensions. The government's approach to the poverty reduction and employment generation, it has three dimensions. So what are the different dimensions? Let us discuss. See, the first one, growth-oriented approaches. So growth-oriented approaches, income and employment generation approaches, and third one, the providing the minimum basic necessaries. First one, growth-oriented approaches. What is the main objectives of 5-year plan? That is to find the reduction in poverty and creations of employment opportunities. Yes, the planning in 1950s and 60s, yes, it was based on the economic growth, and it is increased through that, which increasing in the GDP and per capita income. The GDP means the gross domestic product, and to increasing in the per capita income of the people. These types of approaches working through just improve the underdeveloped regions and the backward communities just would be benefited through just rapid industrializations and green revolutions. Yes, rapid industrialization and green revolution. So which belongs to first one, that the secondary sectors, and the green revolution which belongs to primary sectors, agriculture sectors. Through these types of policies and schemes, just improving their per capita income, through the increase in the per capita income, just increasing in the GDP, which means gross domestic product. Okay, so this is the first growth oriented approaches. But it was not successfully implemented due to rapid growth of population and lack of proper implementations of land reforms. I think you may have remember about implementations of land reforms. Just after independence, land reforms, which means distributions of land and land ceiling. So these are all different policies taken by the government, which means redistributions of land. But these types of programs which are done by the government, which is not successfully implemented. Yes, and these particularly approaches had made the widened gap between rich and poor. Okay, so this is the growth oriented approaches. And second one, income and employment generation approaches. This program has been implemented from the third 5-year plan and progressively enlarged since then. And generation of employment opportunities through creations of additional assets and work generation programs. Okay, so these approaches including, there are two programs. So one is self-employment programs. What do you mean by self-employment programs? Which means the government will provide the financial assistance to establishment of self-employment opportunities. Okay, so under these programs, majorly just three important programs. So one is SGSY, and second one SJSRY, and third one PMRY. So what do you mean by SGSY? That Swarna Jayanti, Gram Swarozgar Yojan, Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojan. This plan launched in 1999 April. Okay, this particular program which provide the financial assistance through the self-help groups, and also it working through the self-help groups, just who are the members of self-help groups, if they can get the loan with the very lowest rate of interest for purchasing of required infrastructure for their self-employment work. Okay, so second one, SJSRY, Swarna Jayanti Shahari Rozgar Yojan. Swarna Jayanti Shahari Rozgar Yojan. So this launched in 1997, and PMRY, Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojan. Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojan. It is launched in 1993. Swarna Jayanti Shahari Rozgar Yojan, just it is include two important schemes. One is urban self-employment programs. Second one is urban wage employment programs. Okay, so it providing the financial assistance through these two important programs which providing the financial assistance through banks and credit facilities and through the subsidies. Okay, so this is considered as self-employment programs. And next go to that wage employment programs. Under the wage employment programs, just I have listed three important programs. So one is NFWP, yes, National Food for Work programs. National Food for Work programs. It started in 14 November 2004. Okay. Under this program, 150 backward district initially objectives towards generation of supplementary wage employments. Okay. And the second one, SGRY, that is Sampurna Gramina Rozgar Yojana. Sampurna Gramina Rozgar Yojana. Sampurna Gramina Rozgar Yojana, and it started in September 2001. This Sampurna Gramina Rozgar Yojana, just it's merged with the two important schemes. So one is Jawahar Grama Samruddhi Yojana and Employment Assurance Scheme. Okay, so it is merged with the two important programs. And next one, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Programs, MGNREGP. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Programs. Okay. Before introducing that Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Programs, so it is the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which was set up in 2005, and afterwards in 2009, so it was renamed 2009 October, it is renamed as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Programs, which assurance about employment opportunities, particularly unskilled labor belongs to rural area, which provide the employment opportunities for 100 days in a year. Okay, so these are all important programs which belongs to wage employment programs, and that is coming under the income and employment generation programs. Okay, first one growth-oriented approaches, and second one income and employment generation approaches. And next one, providing the minimum basic necessaries to the people. Just increasing in the public expenditure on social consumptions. With providing the basic necessaries, just they focusing on, which means the government focusing on providing the essential infrastructural facilities to the publics. Yes, that education, health, clean drinking water and road transport. So these are all which are considered as essential to improve the standard of living of the people. So that is also one of the important measures taken by the government. That's why it is very necessary to provide the minimum basic necessaries. So it is including three important programs, and the first program to improve the food and nutritional status. Under this program, first one, public distribution system. Public distribution system. Okay, so this public distribution system just started in 1977 during the period of Bengal famine, and now also it is working through that targeted public distribution system. The public distribution system working through fair price shops, okay, and distributions of essential food articles with the very lowest prices and reach the people who have the BPL cards, or that who are living in the below poverty line and who have the cards. So those people can get the benefited from public distribution system. And second one, ICDS, Integrated Child Development Scheme. Integrated Child Development Scheme, which initiated in 2nd October 1975. Okay, so this particular scheme just aims to improve the nutritional status and providing the educations. Okay, so this is the Integrated Child Development Scheme. And next one, Midday Meals Scheme, which started in 1995 August 15th, just a centrally sponsored scheme. This one, this program first attempt by Tamil Nadu. Just they have introduced this program to increase the number of children to the school. Okay, so these are all three important programs which improve the food and nutritional status. And the next one, the programs that aims to provide the basic infrastructure in rural area particularly. So first one, IAY, Indira Awas Yojana, and Valmiki Ambedkar Awas Yojana. Indira Awas Yojana and Valmiki Ambedkar Awas Yojana. Yes, the second program which belongs to that, providing minimum basic necessities to the people. So that is, provide the basic infrastructure facilities to the people through these types of programs, particularly for rural people. First one, PMGSY, that is Pradhana Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. And second one, Pradhana Mantri Gramodaya Yojana. Pradhana Mantri Grama Sadak Yojana launched in December 2000, and the particular program which aims to construct the or just get the connectivity in rural areas, particularly hill station and particularly backward areas and tribal areas. Okay, and the second one, Pradhana Mantri Gramodaya Yojana, yes, which started in 2000-2001. This particular scheme, which including 5 main objectives. So one is providing the primary health, providing the primary education, and just providing the clean drinking water and rural shelter, and also improve the nutritional status. Okay, so this is related to providing the basic infrastructure facilities. And next one, it is program aims to provide the shelter to the poor people, particularly belongs to rural area. Yes, that is Indira Awas Yojana, Indira Awas Yojana and Valmiki Ambedkar Awas Yojana. Valmiki Ambedkar Awas Yojana. Okay, and Basava Kalyana Yojana implemented in Karnataka. And these two important programs which providing the shelter facilities. First one, Indira Awas Yojana, implemented in 1985. It providing the shelter facilities to particularly scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and other BPL card holders. Okay, Valmiki Ambedkar Awas Yojana, it is launched in 2001 December 2, and this particular Yojana which helps to providing the shelter facilities, particularly slum area people which belongs to urban area. Okay, so these two important facilities which belongs to providing the shelter to the people program. Okay, and next one, social security measures. And of course, it is one of the important measures taken by the government to improve the public health by implementations of several social security measures. It introduced several social security measures. And what are the different programs under these measures? So, National Social Assistant Programs. Okay, this program particularly implemented by central government, which providing the pension scheme and the pension for old age people and also destitute women, widow women, and who have no one to take care of them. So those persons can apply for these types of pension scheme which have provided by the government. Okay, and next one, that Sandhya Suraksha. Sandhya Suraksha. So this is also pension scheme which implemented in Karnataka, and also just they are providing the different health insurance through that Yashaswini. Okay, so Yashaswini, this scheme is related to providing the health insurance. Okay, and another one, Aam Aadmi Bhima Yojan. Aam Aadmi Bhima Yojan. Okay, this is also providing the health insurance for head of the family which belongs to that poor sections. So these are all different social security measures taken by the government to improve their standard of living of the people. These are all different programs which have taken by the government to remove the poverty and to generate the employment opportunities. Though they have taken several measures towards poverty eradications, employment generation, we are not reaching the particular level due to a lack of implementation and due to population explosion and due to negligence by the government. And yes, of course, there are so many reasons behind that lack of proper implementations of these are all programs. Just get aware about this and just think about how to eradicate the problems of poverty and unemployment and taking initially. And of course, the particular programs, it is not only taken by the government, we have to contribute ourselves. We can generate the employment as a entrepreneur and different member of this economy. Okay, and as an entrepreneur, and also we have a lot of opportunities to create employment or to become employer. Okay, so this is the particular subject which belongs to poverty and unemployment. And also I told that another one important problems which affected the economic system in adversely, so that is income inequalities. Already as I told, another one important problems which affected the economy adversely, so that is income inequalities. Yes, what do you mean by income inequalities? Income inequalities, which means it is improper distributions of wealth or inadequate distributions of wealth resources among the citizens of the country, it is called income inequalities. It is significant disparity in the distributions of income among the individual groups, that population, social classes, or different countries. This is considered as income inequalities. We may have some portion of total population belongs to the poor, and also we have some portions of total population belongs to rich. How it is possible? Yes, of course, rich will become rich and poor will become poor. That is the main reason for income inequalities. Yes, of course, the richest of 1% Indian won 58% of wealth in 2011, and in 2016, 10% of Indians won 80% of wealth. See how much gap between haves and have-nots. Yes, let us discuss what is the real causes of income inequalities. Just I have listed very important few points here. Yes, the first one, unequal distributions of wealth. Yes, unequal distributions of wealth. How it is possible to inequalities in income? People already they have the resources, they have the wealth to invest and they can gain the wealth. And who don't have to invest, so-called poors, they can't gain. Again, wealth is flowing towards rich. That is the main reason that unequal distributions of wealth. Who have the wealth, they can invest, they can earn, they can save. And also, poor, they can't invest, they can't earn more, and of course, they can't save the money or save the income. So this is the main reason that unequal distributions of wealth. And next one, that lack of opportunities. Yes, everybody can't get that every opportunities in everywhere. Lack of opportunities in the particular situation does not provide the employment opportunities to all or who have required particular positions. Yes, what happened? Who are able to get? Those people only can get the opportunities. And some people, they don't have the opportunities. It is not possible to generate the employment opportunities. Yes, so this is the main reason. And one who can get the employment opportunities and they can earn. And if it is not possible to get their opportunities, yes, that income is less, which the path towards to poverty. Okay, and the next one, inflationary pressures. What do you mean by inflationary pressure? Increasing the general price level and increasing the price level of commodity, which leads to decreasing the purchasing power of the consumers. Or of course, it badly affected the poor peoples. It not affected the richest people, they can spend that much amount of money, but definitely directly affected the poor people, which make them poor again. And next, political conditions. Of course, it is one of the important causes for inequality of income. Yes, that social conditions, how they will create the social conditions, that corrupt political conditions which directly distract the economic system of a country. We should agree about that. Yes, casteism, in the sense just creations of employment opportunities is based on caste, if based on gender, if based on status, if based on religion. So what happened? So many people is not able to get the particular opportunities. So which have particular position created by political system. It directly affected that. And the next one, increasing in population. We should agree everybody can't get the job. How it is? Yes, it is not possible to increasing or just it is not possible to improve the economic system. It is not possible to improve the economic system followed by increasing in the population rate. Yes, that is the main reason. Population is increasing, but it is not possible to improve the economic system of our country. Employment opportunities is not increasing, and of course it is not possible to maintain the standard of living of the people in the society as increasing in the population level because of increasing in the number of person in the family, which leads to decreasing in the per capita income. So what it shows, again the purchasing power of the person will get decreased. Of course, standard of living of the people will leads to bad conditions. Okay, so these are all different causes of income inequalities. What are the effects of income inequalities? Yes, of course, we should agree about that. So this is badly affected the economic system of a country, which creates the haves and have-nots, which creates the poor and rich, and it creates the widened gap between richest and poor. Yes, we have a lot of richest person, but still we are facing poverty problems, and which is considered as detention for economic development. So this is the major effects of income inequalities. Yes, my dear students, we have studied what are the real problems of economic system, what are the real problems of our economic system that we have discussed, majorly poverty, unemployment and income inequalities. My dear students, I'm coming to the end of this session. We have discussed what are the real problems of our economic system, that is poverty, unemployment and income inequalities, and how to eradicate the poverty, and what are the different measures taken by the government to generate the employment opportunities, and what do you mean by income inequality, and what are the causes, and what are the real effects of income inequality. Those we have discussed today. My dear students, I hope you are all got to know about these are all particular subject matter, and I would like to say thank you all for joining me in this session. Dear students, keep watching, read well. Thank you.